is up, everyone? Forever LEGO Studios here. Welcome back to another video. And guys, today we have episode 5 of Building Kashyyyk in LEGO. Guys, I am super sorry for postponing this episode. I do actually have some reasons for the reason that I didn't actually get to uploading. And the main reason is, of course, I did get a couple vehicles built. And again, I was kind of waiting on getting parts in the last episode. I think it was about 2 weeks ago. Basically, I had placed those orders. I was waiting. I was like, hopefully everything gets in time. They didn't all get in time. I think half of them at least made it into the first week. I was like, well, crud, that was going to be the main focus because I didn't get any of the actual parts for like the beach and stuff in as well. So I was like, well, I'm going to have to skip this week. So next week I got the last couple parts and I finally got those two built. And well, here we are. We finally actually got them built. These two models are really cool. For those of you guys who don't know, they are the CIS Separatist Alliance tanks, and they are really cool. They, I don't know, they're my favorite design I found. Luckily, someone named Gooby actually messaged me over on Instagram. They're the ones that messaged me about it, saying that there's this design, his friend designed it, and the instructions are going to be available. And once those instructions were available, I went ahead and bought two of them. Got both of them built the other day, and they look fantastic. I am super happy that I went with that design. And on top of that, they just look pretty dang cool on Kashyyyk themselves. Also, progress for this week, I made a couple more of those, I guess, stocks or beginning portions of like the poles that are going through on the beach, or those Wookiee platform poles or whatever they're called. I got some more parts for those. So I started working on that. I did order more parts for them so I can actually get them to the size that I'm wanting them to be. So that's really cool. I also continued on the beach, but not too much because I was kind of waiting on certain orders to arrive, like tiles, plates, and a few other things. But I also get to showcase kind of like what I'm thinking about for the groundwork of the actual MOC, or at least for the sand portion of the MOC. So, with that being said, I'm super excited to showcase this week's episode of Building Kashyyyk. If you're still enjoying this series, definitely show some love by smashing that like button. And let's get right in today's episode right now. Okay, guys, so this is what the MOC is looking like this week. Honestly, this MOC just keeps looking cooler and cooler, especially with the new additions of the CIS tanks. So, going down, basically the waterfront is pretty much still the same. I haven't done anything with it because, you know, I haven't had really much, time to actually work on the waterfront. My main focus, especially for these cutouts right here, and you guys knew about this, is basically I was waiting for actually getting these things built. And now that they are built, because I got these fully taken care of the other day, I think it was a day or so ago, and so now that I actually have these built, I can actually work around this and kind of fill in these gaps. That way, it meshes well, and it's not like, nice water, cutout, nice water. Basically, I can actually continue working on that. But yeah, these are the CIS tanks, or Separatist Alliance tanks, that I was able to get. They look like, I think the nickname for them is snail tanks because they look like snails. But honestly, these things look pretty awesome in my opinion. Move this over. Basically, they are minifig scale, so that is quite nice. So they are directly scaled to a minifigure, so it fits really well with everything else, especially all the different vehicles like the gunship and the AT-AP. But honestly, like, this thing looks so cool in my opinion. It looks much better than any LEGO design, and it's just really cool. And they are expensive builds. I think each one, if you're buying all the parts brand new, I think it runs you around $80. And honestly, that's not even that bad for like such a beautiful vehicle right here. And like I said, that's if you're going straight off of just buying the parts. But honestly, this thing looks fantastic in my opinion. The detail on it is really nice. And I really like how they did the eyes. I think they did that really nicely. By any circumstance, I was able to build two of these things. I went ahead and just built them both at the same time. That way I didn't have to come back to it. And yeah, I got both of them built, and they are put in their two spots. Like I said, I was able to build a couple more of these, like, the bottom bases of those platforms. I'm still waiting on getting the actual tiles taken care of around, because they're not going to be red, they're going to be brown. I made an order, basically bought a bunch of those, as well as the 1x6 tiles and a bunch more of those circular bricks, basically to get them to the exact height I need them. So they are on their way, so that way, the correct color will be correct, and these will look much better once they are done. But I was able to actually get them built I basically had to wait to get certain pieces in because I somehow ran out of these pieces, and these are the ones that I need to actually get those taken care of. Now moving on, we did get started on the actual like beach design or the sand terrain. And honestly, I really like how this came out. I really like how the terrain came out. For those of you who remember my old Hoth series, this is kind of similar to what I did. The only difference is I'm not using too many tile variants, but basically I'm going through it and making it look more like sand, not snow. As well as I'm using these cheese slopes and slopes in general, 1x2 slopes. I kind of give it these like divots in the sand, and I really like it, especially when it comes to these crates. Kind of giving it that built up sand next to the crates, and honestly, I don't know, I really like how that turned out. So that's pretty much going to continue on throughout this whole front portion of the beach, from all ends. That way it kind of gives you that really nice beachy feel. And I really do like this. Originally wasn't the plan. I wasn't going to keep these crates so close to the water, but honestly I looked closely at some concept art, and a lot of crates were actually right next up close to the front portion of the beach. And honestly, I think that just looks really, really cool. Kind of like little barriers, I guess, in the sand with crates, kind of protecting these droids and stuff like that from coming in. Honestly, I think that looks really cool. I would have gotten farther with the actual tiling and plating and stuff like that for the terrain, but I ran out of certain tiles. I did order a little bit more, but as you can see, that is not much at all. But don't worry, I've got an order that I'm still waiting on to arrive that's got like I think 300 2x2 tan tiles, so that's going to help a lot. Other than that, the rest of the parts I also have in those orders, so I can actually kind of just, it pretty much was just a terrain order, so I should be able to just like fill in a bunch more of this, because my goal is to try and get this kind of at least closer to completion so I can actually move on to these back base plates. And once this section is taken care of, off it goes off the table, and I can actually move on to the, I guess, beginning of the forest. But I did want to point out, I did get more of these in the mail today. I do have more coming in, as well as the 1x2 curved slope. Basically, I'm going to be lining them up throughout this like dark portion of the beach. That way it gives it more, I guess, smoother look, I guess you could say, so it's not too many plates going on. Honestly, I really like so far. So I have a lot right now, and I have some more coming in the mail, so I'll be able to actually just continue working on in that portion. But honestly, I am really happy about that. I did get a couple more Kashyyyk clone troopers, and I have some more coming in on the way, so the army continues to grow. But yeah, I'm really happy with the progress that was made. Again, the two biggest things, of course, we're getting these CIS tanks. I will be filming a review. I know I haven't been the most adamant in filming lately. Work has been kicking my butt, as well as I've been slightly sick. You could probably tell it in the tone of my voice. I've got a slight cold. Luckily, I am feeling much better, so hopefully it'll just be another day or so. But any circumstance, I haven't had the most time to film, but luckily I do have a couple spare times, and I'm going to try and film the review on this, the review on the AT-AP, and of course get that update on the minifigure wall, because I've got some really cool figures I look forward to showing you guys. So with that being said, this is of course what Kashyyyk is looking like. Again, I am very proud with how this mock is turning out, and yeah, I think that's going to be it. Hope you all enjoy it, and let's go out to that outro. Okay guys, so that was this week's episode. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, definitely show some love by smashing that like button, as well as let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of Kashyyyk and how it is coming out. Again, the big portion for this episode, of course, was going to be the CIS tank. I think it is a fantastic design. A huge thank you to Gooby for actually sending me pictures of what it looks like before the designs actually came out, because that really was huge helpful, because of the fact that once he said that, I knew that was the design I wanted to go with, and once those instructions came out, I instantly purchased the parts for it. So huge thank you to Gooby, especially if you guys have any suggestions or any like vehicles or just things that you think that would look great on Kashyyyk. Just message me over on Instagram and let me know, or even like if you have pictures, like for Gooby's instance, he had a friend that was designing the CIS tank. So if you guys got like a friend, or you're designing something personally and you think it'd look great on Kashyyyk, definitely don't feel afraid. I think it'd be awesome to get to see a bunch of awesome creations that possibly could end up being on Kashyyyk. So with that being said, I am proud of the progress. I'm going to try and get back into the motion of filming a lot more. Like I mentioned a minute ago, work has been really kicking my butt lately, especially since the holiday season are coming. So that is going to be a little rough for the next month or so, but my goal is to set aside a little bit of time to actually film, and that way I can actually get that taken care of. That way, you know, you guys aren't waiting a week or two for another video. Like I said, I do have videos of the CIS tank review as well as the ATAP, which is actually already set up for its review. As well as I have the minifigure wall coming up soon, because I've got a lot of awesome figures to showcase here in the next couple days. But with that being said, hope you all enjoyed. If you did, definitely show some love by smashing that like button. If you're new to this channel, definitely subscribe, and I'll see you stud stackers in the next video. Bye bye.